Hello there and blessings. This is Dawn Del Vecchio, and in this video we're going to talk about energy management. There's a term I use when I work with my clients called OPE. When I have a client who has a hard time maintaining consistent energy, and I don't mean like vigor energy, I mean emotional energy. They feel challenged to maintain a frequency of hopefulness or positivity on a consistent, steady basis. The first thing I look to is how clogged up are they with OPE, other people's energy. You see, we've lived for many, many generations now with a paradigm of belief that is mechanistic in nature, that there's lip service that's given to the concept of a soul, and of course religions talk about soul and God and heaven and all that stuff, which is usually external to the physical self. And there's also quite a large percentage of the population relative to the Middle Ages, say, who don't believe in any kind of God or afterlife or soul or anything. So within the collective consciousness of humans, there is a belief that, or an underlying sort of principle that energy is a little woo-woo, that if you can't see it, it isn't necessarily real, that sure, you might have a soul, but in terms of your life here, you are this separate, discrete, individual person. And more so, each of your organs in your body are their own separate, discrete little piece of a clock, like a little mechanical function that has nothing to do with the other parts of the body or the spirit. Now, if you're watching this, I can be pretty confident that you understand that actually the opposite is true. Everything is energy, and it is from the energy that we bring about the mind-body vehicle, and we create our experiences internally, and those eventually reflect externally. So I'm talking now to you from that principle, that everything is indeed energy. And because everything is energy, we are constantly emitting energy. And our emotions and our feelings and our thoughts are the things that create, activate, enhance, empower, supercharge that energy that we're sending out and that we're receiving and that we're experiencing. So what happens is, because there's so much belief that energy doesn't really matter, and what matters is what you say, what you do, this discrete vessel called my body, people don't necessarily feel a responsibility to manage their energy until they become conscious. And so what that means is that when we walk into a grocery store or a restaurant or into the office, or even to a, sometimes especially to a yoga studio or someplace where there's a lot of spiritual intention, unseen to our physical eyes, unbeknownst to our mind-body vehicle, there's energy flying all over the place. And when you have people who aren't managing their own energy, what you have is mismanaged energy flying all over the place. And because of that mismanaged energy, those of us who are empathic, psychic, or are developing within us, we absorb it until we develop shields of energetic sovereignty to be sure that we don't absorb it. This is why it's possible to walk into a room and suddenly get a headache or a pain in the shoulder, or walk out of a party feeling depressed or nervous or some other kind of energy that actually is not ours. It's OPE, other people's energy. And the first step in solving this situation is, of course, awareness, like everything, right? Once we begin to understand that As awakening beings, our empathic abilities are coming online, which means we are more open to experiencing, to the effects of mismanaged energy. So that's the first step, is that awareness. So once we're aware of that, then we start to feel it. Then what? What do we do then? Well, we have to have ways to clear it. There's two things. First is we have to be able to clear OPE. We have to be able to clear other people's energy from our energy field, from our chakras. And that's done. There's numerous ways to do it. Intention is the first thing. Awareness and then intention, right? And then we have to find a way to shield ourselves, to actually set the intention on a regular basis to create a light shield around us and within us, so that we are not able to be penetrated by chaotic energy wherever we are. And so in other videos, I will share the process that I use on a daily basis to first clear my energy field, and then to bring in light into my field and shield and surround myself with light, so that I can walk into all kinds of environments, very clear environments and very chaotic environments, and know that I maintain my energetic sovereignty. And at the very least, I can easily and quickly clear out any energy that's glommed onto me. Now, I am by no means the only person teaching this medicine. There are numerous people who this message is being delivered to, and who are then bringing it forth to their communities and their friends and families. It is essential for these times. I don't know that it will always be as critical as it is now, but I feel right now, particularly for those of us who are awakening or who have been on the path for a long time and are now stepping up to the next level of service, that we must have methods for clearing our energy field and shielding ourselves, because there's a lot of confusion, fear, anxiety, stress, dysfunction, chemical addictions, toxicity on the planet right now, more than probably ever before. Psychotropic drugs, you name it. All the meds that people are getting drugged out with, these pharmies that make them bonkers. We have to shield. We have to clear our energy. We have to shield in order to really be in service to the illumination, to the enlightenment, to the awakening. And so stay tuned for more videos on how to do that, and or simply look to your teachers, your mentors, Google searches to how to clear my energy field, how to shield myself in light, how to eliminate negative energies from my body, from my field, from my house. All of that stuff, all of that can be in service to you. Find what resonates for you. Find a process that's simple, so that you don't have to go through some kind of big, like, high ritual of complexity and convolution. You want to be able to discreetly, in a moment's notice, like that, clear your energy field, call in light. It doesn't have to be something elaborate. It can be very clear, very simple, very easy. So, to be continued. And in the meantime, I wish you many blessings, and I thank you for your good work in the world, whatever it is. Mwah.